Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the third and final segment of the program. We are going to be talking about a much lighter subject. Segment 2 was a bit heavy, talking about all this economic, political, and military stuff. So we're opening up Surah al-Baqarah. This is the second chapter or surah in the Holy Quran. We're going to be starting, inshallah, with ayat number 69. I had said 70, but we last week missed 69. So we want to pick up with 69. Our guest tonight, Brother Mustafa Abdul Qayyum. Thank you for being with us, and Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much, brother, for having me here today.
And our other guest is Brother Lukman Hakim. Thank you so much for being with us.
You are welcome. It's very nice to be here.
So please, Brother Mustafa, can you start with ayat 69, and I think we'll stop at 74 tonight?
That is correct. My honors.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما لونها قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء فاقع لونها تسر الناظرين قالوا ادع لنا ربك يبين لنا ما هي إن البقرة شابه علينا وإنا إن شاء الله لمهتدون قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة لا ذلول تثير الأرض ولا تسقي الحرث مسلمة لا شية فيها قالوا الآن جئت بالحق فذبحوها وما كانوا يفعلون وإذ قتلتم نفسا فادارأتم فيها والله مخرج ما كنتم تكتمون فقلنا اضربوه ببعضها كذلك يحيي الله الموتى ويريكم آياته لعلكم تعقلون ثم قست قلوبكم من بعد ذلك فهي كالحجارة أو أشد قسوة وإن من الحجارة لما يتفجر منه الأنهار وإن منها لما يشقق فيخرج منه الماء وإن منها لما يهبط من خشية الله وما الله بغافل عما تعملون.
Thank you very much, Brother Mustafa.
You're very
Beautiful
welcome,
recitation.
You're very welcome.
Brother Lukman, let's please start with the meanings. Please explain for us, starting with 69.
First of all, let me begin by saying all praises are due to Allah, the Lord of the universe. May peace and blessing be upon our beloved Prophet, his family, his companions, and for those who follow them in the righteousness until the day of judgment. So today we would like to look at the most beautiful story in Surah al-Baqarah, and probably it is the reason why this surah is called as Baqarah or Ko. I still remember that you already asked me the reason why this surah is called as Surah al-Baqarah or the Ko. The main reason is that the story that is mentioned in this verses we would like to discuss, and also actually we already discussed in the previous episode some stories related to the story of slaughtering Ko, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was ordering the people of Israel to slaughter the Ko, and we already discussed. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was asking them to slaughter a Ko, they had many questions. We already discussed as well. The first question that they had is related to the age of Ko. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that this cow should not be very old and also should not be very young. It means the middle age between old and the young. This is the first question. And the second question is in the ayah that we would like to discuss today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here said, قَالُوا ادْعُ لَنَا رَبَّكَ يُبَيِّنْ لَنَا مَا لَوْنُهَا. If you look at this ayah is telling the story in which the people of Israel started to have another questions because they like to ask many questions. If they just ask one question, for instance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was ordering them to slaughter a cow. If they slaughter any cow, it will be sufficient for them. But they want another description. The more they ask, the more it will be complicated. Because the people of Israel like to have many questions. If you are reading the Quran, you will find many questions from them, including in this story.
Details.
Yes. For instance, if they slaughter any cow, it will be sufficient. But they have many questions. The more they have many questions, the more it will be complicated and very difficult to them to do it. In this ayah, the question about the color of the cow, in which the people of Israel was asking the Prophet Moses to ask Allah about the color of the cow. And then the answer was given to the Prophet Moses. And then the Prophet Moses said, قَالَ إِنَّهُ يَقُولُ إِنَّهَا بَقَرَةٌ صَفْرَاء. The Prophet Moses said to the people of Israel that this cow should be safra, should be in the yellow. So it means the cow will be the yellow color. And also faki'u lawnuha, bread and its color. Tasuru nadirin, and also this cow will be pleasing those who are watching, those who are seeing this color, or will be pleasing to the beholders. If you look at this ayah, the detailed description will be more difficult. Because the first time Allah just want them to slaughter any cow. And then Allah gave them another description. The description tells us that this cow should be in the yellow color and also in the bread in a color, and also this cow will be pleasing anyone who is seeing it. So it's very difficult if you find a cow and everyone will be interested in this kind of the cow, in its color and so far and so on. So it will be very difficult for people of Israel to look for this cow.
Very, very interesting, requiring all these details. So this concludes ayat 69.
Yes.
Brother Mustafa, do you take us next to 70?
Inshallah. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. Now in verse 70, again, like the three stages. First one, when Prophet Musa alayhi salam previously ordered them, slaughter a cow in the name of your Lord, as Allah has ordered you. But they complicate matters, as Brother Lukman has, mentioned, and they start asking that we do not know what it is. Can you just choose for us what kind of a cow? So Prophet Musa alayhi salam, in responding to this, such request, he's saying, I seek refuge with Allah from ignorance. That means if you say it in slang, that I do not want to be an arrogant or idiot. This is. It's really silly, But subhanAllah, in verse 70, again they say, call upon your Lord to make clear which cow it is, as they all look alike. Well, what clear signs do you need? Allah has already commanded you. Any cow. Okay. A yellow bright cow. a pleasant cow, slaughter it. Again, they started asking questions. So the response was that when they start saying, should Allah, guide us to the straight path? Imagine, they are neglectful of the signs of Allah and the simple requests. He did not ask you to bring a star. He did not tell you to erupt a mountain. He merely asked you to slaughter a cow. It's like you're having an everyday meal and you wish to slaughter it for the sake of the townspeople itself. But again, they complicate matters. So just to, with the permission of Brother Luqman, I'll continue with verse number 71. Prophet Musa alayhi salam now is, it's a scenario. In these verses, like a scenario, it's like a play.
I'm sorry, before you continue to 71, anything that you'd like to say about this color yellow? I mean, we're familiar with black, white, and brown cows. Is it like what we would say blonde? The commentators even address the subject of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meant when He said yellow.
Well, first, it's a heifer. So
Okay.
we know that, it's a female cow. And when it was mentioned, Safra, as Brother Luqman even mentioned as well before, the Hamza in the end, it signifies that it's, the feminine side, the femininity of the animal itself. Now, again, another point of the yellow color itself is that last week we discussed this point, saying that, subhanAllah, it is pleasant for the eyes. The yellow color is the most awareing color. It is the highest awareing, it's full of awareness.
Raising your
conscious, precautionary, like measures. You will find it in traffic lights. You will find it in, this is what scientists, no wonder they chose of all colors, they chose the yellow color. Between the green light and the red light, before you stop or before you go, which color is more suitable for you to get prepared?
They use orange to alert you for many things, road signs.
Yeah. So
even your smartphone, when you're almost out of the power on your battery.
From red sign, before the red sign is
Right,
yellow,
is yellow, yeah.
So this is another thing, one of the points that I can until now explain. But subhanAllah, like the matter of the cow itself, like there are some points, no matter how much you discuss, they will neither harm.
This is one of those issues.
Yes.
Like what kind of tree was in the Garden of Eden?
Of course.
It doesn't really
shall not
benefit
harm.
us to talk about it.
If you do not know it, you will not be, admitted to a lesser degree of paradise. It has no effect at all.
Okay.
But in verse number 71, subhanAllah, Allah is now explaining what happened in the scenario that Prophet Musa alayhi salam is saying, Allah is telling you that it is not trained to till the soil and to run even the water. Like if you find here in the verse, it is not even mentioned at all that it is to till the soil and not used for any farming purposes as well. So this means that you will find a fragile cow, or not a fragile, you will find a brand new looking cow. It has no marks, it has no wounds, it has no marks of the rope when it's bounded up and being used for tilling the soil. So again, you're complicating matters such. It's so rare that you will find out of all of these cows, these kind of descriptions. So Allah did not make it complicated for them because He wanted to. No, it's because the Jews brought it upon themselves. They complicated matters for their own selves. So again, and it's saying that it has only the yellow color and nothing else. You will not find any spots. In the same verse, it is continuing that you will not find any other unpleasant signs. So it is only plain yellow. You will find nothing at all unpleasant at all. So this is the conclusion of this verse is that they said. Now look at the Jews. What they said to Prophet Musa alayhi salam. After all of these descriptions, they said that now you have brought the truth. Look at the amazing, charismatic style of the Jews. Like, how defiant are you? And in the end, you're the one who's questioning the honesty.
After they subjected him and Allah to the third degree, as we say.
Yes.
They finally said, okay.
Now what you're saying is true.
Now you've given us the truth.
Now we found the signs. We found the cow that you're asking for. I'm not asking for anything. You're the ones who've been complicating matters for yourselves.
Questions,
yeah. So you found the cow, and they would have not even slaughtered it. They slaughtered it, but after hardship. They were still hesitant. So again, after they said that what you have come with is the truth, again they were hesitant in slaughtering it. Subhanallah.
All right. So finally, they slaughtered it. Takes us. That concludes 71,
Yes.
right? And so now, Brother Lukman, to 72, inshallah.
Yes, but before I'm going to explain this
Please.
ayah, I would like to give you some additional explanation. As we already just discussed in the last previous, the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to slaughter a cow. The first, at least there are two reasons given by Muslim scholars or the scholars of interpretation of the Holy Quran regarding to the reason. The first reason is that because the people of Israel worship golden calf in the time in which the people of Israel were living in the Sinai desert, when the prophet Moses went up to the mountain of Tur in order to receive the Torah. Because they didn't have any hope, they made a cow as their god, because they think that the cow is everything, because the people of Israel developed love to the cow. Why that? Because before that, the people of Israel were slaves in Egypt. If you look at the religion in Egypt in the time, in that time, the religion that the Egyptian people had is a polytheistic religion. It means they believe in many gods, including cow. They worship cow because they were slaves. They developed their love to the cow. Even they worship cow when the prophet Moses was leaving them in order to receive the Torah in the mountain of Sinai. This is the first reason that was given why this ayah is called al-Baqarah. So this ayah is called al-Baqarah because this ayah mentioned the story about the slaughtering cow.
Yeah, if I can just insert one thing. If I'm not mistaken, I think the ancient Egyptian religion, the cow represented one of the female deities. It may have been Isis or another one, but in any case, this was one of the, they had different animals to represent the different deities. And so they were, in a way, they were going back to the religion that they had just come from their oppressors. By worshiping this cow.
Influenced by the
yes,
previous.
You are absolutely right. If we look at the gods of ancient Egypt, they had many gods, Isis and so forth and so on. And there is, very much research related to it that the Judaism actually was influenced by Egyptian religion, but I don't want to talk about this topic maybe in another segment. This is the first reason. But if we are going to look at the second reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants them to slaughter a cow, this reason is mentioned in this ayah. This ayah is telling us that there is someone killed in the time of the people of Israel. Who killed this one, no one knows. There is no witness who actually killed this one. So the people of Israel started debating and disputing relating to those who killed this person, because they were curious to know who actually killed this person. So they came to the Prophet Moses. Oh, Prophet Moses, give us the judgment because we want to know who actually killed this person. Because we are debating to each other. We are looking for someone who actually killed this person. Because there is no witness. No one knows who actually killed this person. So they are coming to the people. They are coming to the Prophet Moses asking who actually killed this person. And then the Prophet Moses asked Allah to give the judgment, to give sort of proof, in order that the Prophet Moses will know how to judge. The Prophet Moses asked to Allah, and Allah said to the Prophet Moses, order them to slaughter the cow. So this is the second reason. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here said, وَإِذْ قَتَلْتُمْ نَفْسًا. And remember when you kill a man, فَدَرَأْتُمْ فِيهَا, and fell into the dispute among yourself. So there was a man killed in the time of people of Israel, but those who killed this man, they didn't know it. They didn't know him. That is why they were debating among themselves who actually killed this person. Wallahu mukhrijum ma kuntum taktumun. And Allah brought something which you were hiding. It means there is someone killed in the time of the people of Israel, but no one knows who is the killer. That is why the Prophet Moses asked Allah in order to get the answer, and Allah said to the Prophet Moses, order them to slaughter the cow. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَقُلْنَا اضْرِبُوهُ بِبَعْضِهَا. And we said, strike him with a piece of
This
of
is
the cow.
73 now, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So after they slaughtered cow, the people of Israel should strike someone who is dead with a piece of a cow. But we don't know what part of this cow that will be striking to someone who is dead. After they were doing so, Allah brings this one who killed to life. So this one who was killed will be life. After they using a part of cow in order to strike him. So this one who is killed will be live again for some time, and then he will be telling them who actually murdered or who actually killed him. This is the story or the second reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked them to slaughter a cow. Okay.
This is amazing. And this is the second time in this, so far in this ayat, Brother Mustafa, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised someone from the dead.
Well, subhanallah, like in referring to the miracles of Allah the Almighty, Prophet Musa alayhi salam would not be able to find, the killer by himself. But there's actually another explanation. Prophet Musa happens to be someone of all people who speaks directly to Allah. He could personally know right away that who was the killer. He could have asked Allah, and Allah would have told him the killer is so and so. But the Jews, they always belie Prophet Musa alayhi salam. They always doubt, they always hesitate. So if anyone is asking, of all signs, why slaughter a cow, and bring the dead to life in order to know who the killer, who the culprit was? Well, the Jews, because they were too busy denying, being arrogant, and so on, this is the level of their intelligence at that time with their attitude towards Prophet Musa alayhi salam. And not all of them, but we're talking about those who were arrogant. So Prophet Musa alayhi salam, to prove to everyone, and in accordance to Ikrimah, one of the interpreters, they took the thigh of the heifer and they hit the dead with it. Immediately the soul was sent back to the body. It doesn't mean that the cow has some mystical powers.
Right.
No. Allah is casting laws onto this earth, and He changes it whenever He wants. So the soul is cast right back to the body. He stood up and said, the son of so and so have committed such a crime. And when immediately this happened, now look at the final verse of today, inshallah, is that your hearts were severe. They were hardened more than a rock, and even more severe. So why? Why of all the things, the rock itself? Because it has nothing inside. There is no space inside. He could have said harder than a mountain, but a mountain itself has some cracks inside. No, the rock itself. And subhanAllah, and even more severe. This is the words of Allah. These are the words of Allah Azza wa Jal. Now again, and became as stones or even worse in hardness. And indeed, there are stones out of which rivers gush forth. And indeed, there are of them the stones which split asunder, so that the water flows from them. And indeed, there are from them the stones which fall down for fear of Allah, and Allah is not aware of what you do. Is not unaware of what you do. Why is He giving these examples? In other words, and Allah knows best, He's telling that at least the rocks, they benefit something. The rivers gush forth, and they fear Allah. Look at you, what you're doing. SubhanAllah, they accept this. The rock heeds to Allah. It does not, counteract with you. It does not interact with people. But at least it obeys the commandment of Allah, and it shows its benefits. Whereas you, as a human being, you deny the signs of Allah, and your hearts have become more hard than the stones itself.
Perfect, because we have just run out of time, brothers, and we appreciate you so much being with us, helping us better understand this beautiful Surah al-Baqarah, inshallah. Thank you so much, Brother Mustafa.
You're very welcome.
And Lukman.
You're welcome.
We have reached the end of the program for today. Thank you very much. We hope it was beneficial, informative, and interesting. We'd like to end the program here and come back, inshallah, tomorrow with more news, information, and discussions. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.